Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is now time to get started. So, obviously, we are still in South Africa for one more day, and we're super excited. Men is packing, so I actually asked an amazing leader on our team. Those that you know, those that know this gentleman know that he is not only building a business, he's building a big business. And also, he's also very successful doing the work that he does from a business standpoint. But again, I just love partnering with people that are go-getters and a positive attitude. And today we got Gary Burke live from the Miami area, and I got a chance to connect to him through the elite SPD, Mr. Brendan Duplessis, as I call him. He's absolutely fantastic. So, what again, I actually am very excited to hand this off to him. So he's going to do the first part of the meeting, kind of go over the product, go more over the testimonials, go over how this works, everything else, and then basically for those people who are interested in that, they can jump off after that. But then he's going to hand it off to me, and I'm going to talk more about the business standpoint. But without further ado, I'm going to hand this over to Gary, and we're going to talk more about how this amazing technology can change your life. In fact, it was so funny. I got it actually on my neck back here because it was like I was thinking to myself, I'm not used to being here. I went in the main house today because the internet has been going up and down. So hopefully it should be nice and stable. So Gary, it is off to you, man. So once again, appreciate you partnering with me today. So I'm going to hand off to Gary Burke, and he can share more about this amazing, awesome technology. So Gary, it's all yours.
Hey, thank you, Greg. Thank you. And Happy New Year to everyone. Glad to have you all here. I am honored to be able to be a presenter on today's meeting, on today's presentation, should I say. My mentor is here, Greg. He has me in the spotlight here. And my sponsor, Brendan, I saw you somewhere in there, down there, Brendan. So anyway, let me tell you a little bit about myself and how I came to know about LifeWave. About 8 months ago, myself and my sponsor, Brendan, we were in a networking, kind of a speed networking type of thing here. We ended up in the same breakout room. Now, this is not by happenstance. This is by God's grace, right? Because this company is by far the best thing that's ever happened to me in the world of business. So I meet up with Brendan and I tell Brendan what I do, and Brendan in turn tells me what he does. And immediately I'm amazed, right? I stop in my tracks and I go, "What is this? What did you say?" And I didn't know Brendan. Now, Brendan is in South Africa. I am in Miami, Florida. So I didn't know Brendan from a can of paint. So as he's explaining this to me, I'm like, "What did you say this patch does? What?" So it was just amazing to me. Now I know we have a lot of skeptical people out there, and I'm a skeptic in my own right. But what Brendan explained to me about this company and about this patch was simply amazing. And I just figured I cannot let this opportunity pass me by. I don't even think I'll let Brendan finish his presentation. I went and got my credit card, signed me up for the highest level, man. I'm ready to go. I want to help myself. I want to help my family. I want to help my friends. And that's what I've been doing since 8 months ago to present. It has been helping people, helping family, helping friends. It's more of a community type thing. Don't think of it as some type of torturous type adventure, right? You're here to help others. So, with that being said, I want to go ahead and I want to start this meeting off, and I want to be very mindful of your time. And as Greg said, I will be doing the first portion of the meeting, and Greg will then do the next portion of the meeting. I don't know. Let's see here. Do I have the slide presentation here? Okay, let me go back. All right. The question I have for you all today is, have you been patched? Have you been patched yet? And if you haven't been patched, by golly, by the end of this meeting, you will be patched. All right. So this is the inventor of the X39 patch, LifeWave X39, Dr. David Schmidt. He's the CEO and inventor of this wonderful technology. He has over 130 patents. I'm I think it's more about 150 patents or so right now. He's a scientist and inventor. He specializes in not just anti-aging, but age reversing. In 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research. And I know you see 2008. I want to say this. This is not a startup company. This company has been around for 20 years. It's unfortunately like people like myself, I just found out about it, right? But I think I'm in it at the right time, the right place at the right time. It took over 10 years for this wearable technology to come to fruition. And David spent over $4.5 million to bring this technology to light. This is the patent. If you're like me, Print it out like I did, right? Print the patent out. I wanted to see what it said. I went through it, I read through it, but I love this particular excerpt. It says embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptide, including my apologies, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, and elevation of antioxidants. Now, if you need to know all the deep things about that, you may feel free to Google it, but for the sake of time, we're going to move on. But this technology is wonderful because, again, it activates those dormant stem cells. Why should you wear the X39 patch? Why should you wear it? Well, basically, the truth is this: we're all getting older. No one on this Zoom and no one on this earth is going backwards in time. We're getting older, right? And as we get older, our stem cells become dormant. By the age of 30, about a half of our stem cells are active. And by the age of 60, we lose almost all stem cell activity. That should be concerning in and of itself, right? So a lot of us never knew about this, right? I never, before Brendan brought this to me, I didn't know anything about stem cells. I was like, I heard about it on TV. I thought they had to do something with embryonic things and all that. I had no idea that this is what our bodies are basically made of, right? And just to know that they start going dormant after a certain period of time. And now we have a wearable technology that can wake those babies up, that can wake those puppies up to get the body doing what it was made to do, which is to heal. Now, how does it work? It's a proprietary form of phototherapy, patented nanocrystals. This is it right here. This is the patch, all just a small quarter size, maybe a little bigger than a quarter that you see in my hand here. Nanocrystals are inside this patch. There's no medication. There's nothing that's going to interfere with medication. It reflects light to activate. Doesn't necessarily need the sun. When it says light, your body is an energy source. Your body has its own natural energy. Light and all that things. All this patch does, it mirrors that information that's in your body. It turns that information back into your body to where your body's stem cells, regenerate. They come alive and they start doing what the body was made to do, which is to heal. Non-transdermal, which means that nothing goes through your skin. There are no drugs or chemicals or stimulants in the patch, and it's non-invasive. Now, I don't know what else out there on the market that you might be thinking of, but I don't know anything on the market that does this, that has these particular attributes that's designed to get our body back to healing. Isn't that exciting all by itself? And at the bottom down here, this particular part says Life Rate products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. What are the benefits of X39? Well, you can read for yourself, but there on this screen here, I think I have really, really had all of these happen to me. Now, improvement of sleep. I want to speak about that just for a moment. Prior to using X39, I would go to sleep and I hadn't dreamt in years. And I even told one of my best friends, I said, man, I don't even dream. He was like, you don't dream. He just he couldn't fathom that. I said, I don't dream. I just don't dream. I haven't dreamt in maybe 20 years or so. Started using the patch and immediately my sleep was like amazing. And then I started dreaming again, right? And I started remembering my dreams. I was excited. That was exciting all by itself. And another thing I like to tell you about this patch is prior to using this, I suffered with high blood sugar for many years, about 14 years or so. And the day that I started on this patch, my blood sugar was at 300. Now, I don't know if anybody knows what blood sugar is and how that's calculated, but 300 is about 3 times the amount of blood sugar that it should be, and it's a dangerous number. And I had been dealing with this for a while. So I started using the patch, and about 5 days after being on the patch, my blood sugar went from 300 to 225. Now, somebody might say, well, that's not significant. Trust me, it is significant. Every point of that blood sugar is significant. And for it, for 5 days to help me regulate or bring my blood sugar down, that was amazing all by itself. Now, I want to warn you, I'll tell everybody, yes, I'm still on my medication, but just to know that this patch was able to do something that my medication has not been able to do after many years. And at the bottom, it says here, achieve optimal health, a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. Though that's huge. So I don't know about you. I don't know which one of these things on this screen that you are looking for, but whatever it is you're looking for, the patch has it. Now, this is a topography of a 77-year-old woman's brain. I was amazed by this when I saw this as well. Session one, before she even used X39, look at her brain activity. Those reds are warnings. That is not good. When you're driving on the road and you see a red light, that doesn't mean continue to go, right? That means stop, right? Or actually, the yellow light is telling you slow down. The red light says don't go any further. I can only imagine if her brain looked this way, what about the rest of her body? This is just a topography of a brain. So after session two, you see that there's calming. There's a calmness that's come upon the brain. And this is only after 3 weeks of being on X39. To my extreme right, you will see 6 weeks after being on X39, there's a complete turnaround. Better brain coherence. This right here, folks, is amazing all by itself. This is crazy. I mean, do you understand that in our nation today we have so many situations going on with mental health, with our brain activity, whether it be dementia, Alzheimer. I'm not claiming that this patch will heal any of that. What I'm telling you is that this is amongst this. I'm also saying that we have something at our fingertips that could possibly help. It can be noted that when she came in, her brain was hyperactive. After wearing the patch for the 6 weeks time, her brain remained calm. That in and of itself is great. I mean, that's exciting to me as well. Here are some of the long-term results. After the first few days, about 4,000 genes begin to reset. Now, those of us who are on the patch, some of us can say, listen, on the first few days, some things started happening in my body. Well, you have 4,000 genes resetting. So there are some things that are going to happen, right? Some things are going to happen. Maybe you're going to have to go to the bathroom a little more frequently. Maybe you might get a headache here or there. But if you drink the right amount of water and the water with minerals in it, that will be all right. That will calm down. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Prior to this, I wasn't concerned about collagen. I had no idea. I always heard about women trying to get collagen injections and all that. I had no idea. I didn't know. I was in the dark, okay? But what I come to find out is that collagen is throughout our body. We need collagen. It's not just our skin, it's our body that really needs collagen. And the patch helps the collagen increase. Within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. I know that sounds strange, but we have testimonials of people actually going to their doctors, and the doctors are asking them, what are you doing? What are you doing? And the only thing they've done was add the patch to their daily regimen. That's all they've done. It's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. That's what David Schmidt says. And again, he's the CEO and inventor of X39. How do we wear it? Where if you see the picture here on your screen, they have the patch on the back of the neck and they have the patch below the belly button. But that was done because of the studies. You had to have the patches in certain places consistently for the studies. But what we've come to find out is the patch works anywhere. I have it on my forearm, but I don't know if you can see it here. But anyway, I have it on my forearm. You know, you can wear it anywhere and the patch works. Wear the patch for 12 hours on, take the patch off for 12 hours. Let your body rest. Let your body naturally do what it does. Well, the patch is natural as well, but allow your body to do what your body was made to do, which is to heal and regenerate. Throw the patch away after 12 hours. Do not reuse the patch. A friend of mine gave somebody 5 patches just for them to try. They used the patches for a month. Do not do that, people. One patch per day. After 12 hours, throw it away or put it on your pet, put it on your dog. But don't wear a patch a week. That's not the way it was designed. One patch per day, then throw it away. Put a new patch on, rinse and repeat. You can wear more than one patch at a time, but there's absolutely no need to do so. You can do it, but there is no need to do it. Drink plenty of water. I won't promote this particular water, but drink plenty of water, people. Throughout the day, drink water. Just drink. Don't try to guzzle down a 64-ounce of water in one setting. Just drink water throughout the day and allow the patch to do what the patch was made to do.
Oh my
The
God.
patch is so simple, yet it's sophisticated. And we have many, many, many testimonies. I mean, even within my family and my friend structure, I have so many people that have so many testimonies. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I have one of my I have my sister on here. Thank you, sister, for joining me. I'd like my sister to give her testimony. And I don't know where she is right now, but Shamika, please come off mute. And would you tell everybody or give everybody your testimony?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I am Shamika, and I have a testimony about the patch and how it has changed my life, my son's life, and my family's life since we started using it back in May. My son is now 6. His name is Josiah. He's diagnosed with autism. He's on the spectrum, and he's also diagnosed with seizure disorder and ADHD. Um, I found myself at the end of April, at the end of the school year last year, being very overwhelmed with his behaviors and trying to, the neurologist, all the different doctors, the different appointments, trying to get him, to just as a mother, you want him, to get better. But the medication wasn't working. Nothing was giving him the relief or the signs of getting better. So my brother happened to come to my grandmother's house and say, "Here, I got a 30-day supply of X39 for you and X39 for Josiah." And I'm like, "For Josiah?" And he was like, "Yes, you're able to patch him once a day." So I started patching him. Mind you, at school at the time, I was getting phone calls every day from school. I was going back and forth getting emergency visits from the neurologist trying to get some type of help with his behaviors. He had been called to for me to pick him up because of his behavior. And I have all services. I'm a social worker. That's what I do for my career. I'm a social worker. So I know all the wraparound services, everything that's needed for children that's on the spectrum and have behavior problems. But it wasn't until I started that patching him every day, patching him, that I saw him calm down. I saw him able to retain information, able to sit down in class, write down, copy, because before the patch he wasn't able to copy from the board that the teacher write down himself. He just had problems in school. But starting this
Whatever.
year, when this year came along, the principal found me doing open house, and he was like, "Miss Davis, what did you do different?" He's a total different child. He's able to articulate what we're saying. He hasn't been in my office 3 4 times a week. I haven't seen him. I just want to tell you, whatever you're doing with Josiah, you keep doing it, because he's doing an amazing job. Also, when I went to the neurologist, she noticed that I hadn't called her, and she was like, "You haven't called me for an emergency call or emergency meeting, and like he got to be doing great, even with the genetics doctor." And I'm like, "No, he's doing great. He haven't had any seizures." She was like, "When was the last time he had a seizure?" I said it was like the end of August, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, he's doing well. What did you do?" And I explained to her about the X39. I gave her the information, and she was like, "I am so happy to see that he's doing better." And since I've patched him, he has not had a seizure, which he was having seizures at least 2 3 times a week, epilepsy. And I'm just so glad that he's doing better. It's been a blessing for me also. I patch also, and I am a cardiac patient. I've been a cardiac patient for 25 years. I've been diagnosed with AFib, and that's when your heart rate go up. You can't come down. I have not had an episode since I've been patched. It has been a blessing for me and my family, and I suggest anyone and everyone. I'm a walking testimony. Get patched and just see how it can improve your life like it has mine. Thank you. That's my testimony.
Thank you, Shamika. I really appreciate that. That was an awesome testimony. That's my sister, and I tell you the truth, every time I hear her, am I doing the right? Okay. Every time I hear her testimony, even though I know her testimony because I've lived it with her. Every time I hear it, it gives me goosebumps, and sometimes it brings me to tears because I know what she went through. The one day she was so overwhelmed, I left my house. I live in North Miami. I live in Miami Gardens. She lives in Homestead. That's about a 45-minute drive. I actually had to drive down there, and I went and got my nephew because she was so overwhelmed. But now after using the patch, I mean, it's been amazing. So thank you again, Shamika, for giving that testimony. And I want to move on. So this is a before and after, before and after photos. Before you see the gentleman over to my left, vitiligo. After 3 months of being on the patch, you see the difference in his skin tone. The lady underneath him, after 3 months, you see the difference from a bout with Bell's palsy. You see the difference in her face. That's very notable. In the middle here, you have someone that has psoriasis, and after 10 days of using the patch, look at the difference. Over to my right, someone obviously had surgery. There were some stitches there, but you see after 12 days of being on the patch, look how well it is healed. This is another photo. You have a person on day one. I don't know. It looks like some type of blood circulation problem or something of that nature. And look, after 5 days, look at that. I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. That picture to the left really looks scary to me. It looks like maybe this person was headed towards some type of medical procedure, maybe amputation. I don't know, but that looks scary to me. After 5 days, look at the difference. Day one over to my right, look at this person. Looks like they're holding, probably retaining liquid or fluid or water. And then look at that, the after photo. Look at that. That's amazing all by itself. This patch is simply amazing, people. We have some athletes that are on the patches. You see the names: Michael Phelps, Serena Williams, David Beckham, Lorenzo Salvadori. And I've come to find out that we have NFL teams and NBA teams. We have so many athletes out there that are actually on the patch. Now, for those of you that need more information, and I don't blame you, you want information, right? Go to thisisitinfo.com. Please make sure you type it in correctly. Not thisisit.com. Thisisitinfo.com. And you can get all the information you need. And we have additional testimonies on this site that's designed to give you as much information as you need. Let me give you just a little overview of the company's growth. The company, again, is 20 years old and went from $20 million a year into 2021 and went to $320 million in 2022. And in 2023, the company was doing $430 million a year. Now, mind you, earlier it was $20 million a year. And then it goes up to $430 million in 2023. And last year, from my understanding, we were up around 600 million for 2024. And moving into 2025, we're looking for this company to go into as a billion-dollar company. I want you to know how important that is for you to know, because as brand partners, this company pays out 60% of what we see. So in other words, if it goes to $1 billion, this company is paying out $600 million a year to its brand partners. I just want a small piece of that pie, people. I don't know about you. This company is open in over 75 countries, probably more like 80 now. So wherever you have prospects, whether it's Australia, whether it's over in South Africa, right? Wherever it might be, you can build your business. Just telling someone. You're not selling anything. You're telling someone about something that could change their lives, health-wise and wealth-wise. It's not a Me Too product. You won't see a vitamin. You won't see a lotion or a potion. There's nothing out there like this. And if there are patches out there, it's nothing like this patch. Okay? So there is no competition. LifeWave is ranked #1 as momentum company per businessforhome.org. We did it last year. We did it the year before last. And guess what? We're going to do it again this year. Now, what is most important in your life? I'll answer my part. I think health. When I look at this screen, better health is most important to me. Why? Because if my health is better, now I can enjoy my family even the more. I can have free time. I can have the freedom to do what I want to do. I can travel. I can appreciate less debt. But the one most important thing on this particular screen for me is better health. And I don't know what resonates with you on this screen, but internalize it and answer this question. What is it that I need? What should I do different in 2025 that I did not do in 2024? Where if you're not a brand partner, one thing you should do differently is consider becoming a brand partner with LifeWave. I guarantee you it will change your life. Now, with that being said, I'm going to turn this back over to my I don't want to say hero, right? But I'm going to turn this over back to my mentor, Gregg. Thank you again for allowing me to do what I did. Thank you all for listening to me. I'm going to stop sharing. And thank you again. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Gary. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love your energy. You're like me. I have to slow down because it's like when I start talking to people, people are like going, "Man, you talk fast." I said, "I don't talk fast. You think slow, so catch up." So,
I
but I
really
thank
like
you.
that. I'm going to start using that. Oops. I don't talk
Glad that
fast.
Kara's gonna be using that. That's awesome. So,
Sorry, I didn't mean to mute myself when I said that. I'm so sorry. That's so much.
I love that because she talks as fast as I do. I love it.
So sorry
So,
about that.
not a problem. So again, I just appreciate it. And again, Shamika, thank you for sharing the testimonial about obviously your son. I'm so excited about obviously your whole family's future and what's going on. But I did want to let you know that Gary is more concerned about his health than his family. So I'm just kidding. I'm joking. So he said, my number is my health. Okay, what about your family? No, but I'm excited again. Obviously this has been changing lives around the world, and we're super excited. So I'm going to share my screen. Also, I'm going to share some of the different things that we've seen, from a business opportunity standpoint, but exactly what Gary was talking about. Each of these words mean different to different people, and some people it's once again it's time. Some people it's freedom. I know for me 2 years ago it was freedom. I had a job that was driving me absolutely bonkers, literally working in digital marketing, and the company was more of a mentorship type program at first when I started working with them. It was great. I kind of was very independent, pretty much brought in clients, was very successful. And then they changed to a tormentor instead of a mentor. And literally, after a while, I'm like going, I'm done with this. And so after we saw this business, I said, oh my goodness, freedom, that would be amazing. And the thing I want to share with you is that within 14 months, but with the help of my wife and the team that we're working with, I was able to replace my income within 14 months. 2 months later, literally almost exactly to the date, it was actually January 8th of last year, fired my job, and it's been freedom since then. And I'm going to tell you, freedom is awesome. I'm going to tell you that much right now. It is absolutely fantastic when you understand that you can actually be free. You can have your time back, do whatever you want to do, be able to travel, have more time with your family. Because the number one word for me has always been family, because that's why we're here in South Africa right now. Because Mena's family's here. Her three brothers, her sister, all her nephews, her mom, everyone else is here. And so we love spending time with family. But the other part is when you're working a job and they basically say, no, you got to get back to work, or you can't do this, you can't travel, you can't do this. I'm like, I don't know anybody who says, oh, I love that. No. Now, if you got a great job, great. My job is great, but then it changed. I got a friend of mine who's same thing. I was just talking to him earlier today, and his job has completely changed, and he wants out as well. So again, the big part that you were talking about before, once again, like Gary said, it is huge today for health. Better health is huge for most people, and that is the number one thing for a lot of people. Because again, you could have all the things in the world, but if you don't have health, it's just life is not good. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that, and so I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. But I want you to understand there's an opportunity here to partner with a company that is growing faster than any other company in the network industry. Today, they're the number one momentum rank of 2024, and the guy who actually does this ranking, so that he gives the awards, that basically gives this Bravo award. He said honestly, you pretty much have, we won it in 2024 for the previous 4 years. He said no one is even coming close. So we're probably going to get the Bravo Award again this year, just because of the growth that's happening, and it's all because of this team here. So you look at here's Steve and Gina Merritt. They came into this industry already very successful, made tens of millions of dollars. I've heard numbers like $50+ million prior to coming to LifeWave, building teams around the world. Meredith actually helped companies take companies to over $1 billion, and she was brought in last year to basically help the company get to the next level. And so it's super exciting about what's going on. And David Schmidt, obviously the founder, this was actually them being on stage at a conference that they had back in August of 23, just a little over a year ago. And this was actually done at our church, where they had about 1,800 people here from all over the country. Now they're having things come together. People are be able to see and learn around the world, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But the cool thing about that is, as we're about to get the numbers for 2024 pretty soon. But 2023, you look at the blue line is our team, out surpassing, even pacing the company. We're pulling the company up with us, which is pretty amazing. So we're the number one team within the number one company. So if you want to be at the right place at the right time with the right people, the right system, this is it. That's why we call it This Is a Team. So I'm going to go through the compensation plan pretty quickly, but I want to make sure you understand there's really 4 ways we make money. I'm going to highlight a couple of them, but I want you to understand that you can actually, I always tell people, would you like to buy the product at retail, or would you like to get it wholesale? I still have had nobody say, yeah, but I want to pay retail. Everybody's like, I want to get it at the cheapest price possible. So we get to people at wholesale. And what happens by being a brand partner, you actually now get the product at wholesale. And it gives you the opportunity to basically share this with others and get your product for free, which is kind of cool. But then if you say, hey, I like the idea of actually making more money, that's even better. So if you like the idea of getting your product for free, I always say if it's free, it's for me. My wife says if it's free, I'll take three. Especially when there's chocolate involved. But the part that I always say is that when you understand the idea that you can get your product for free, but then also understand that you can make enough income where you become financially free, that's huge. And that's what we're going to talk about. So what happens pretty simply is that you basically become a brand partner, you become a wholesale partner. Now you have the opportunity to buy it at wholesale, which is great. But the second part is now if you want to build teams, we just teach people how to build a right team and a left team. This is known what's called as a binary. So those who know a network or understand how that works, it is the most lucrative program out there, period. This is only one of four ways that we can make money. So kind of understand this one part here. But with this, what happens is we get started, just like someone just did the other day. They signed up 3 people in one day. So they put one here, they put one here, put one here. And once again, then all they gotta do is sign up one more. And they basically now have built what's considered kind of the activated their business to the point where now they're now activated and they're now a manager. So as a manager, you now can make up to $1,500 a week from just this binary alone. Now, it doesn't start there. It starts at 100 and 200 and 300 and 400. But how many people like the idea of an extra $300, $400, $500 a week? Right? But if you get to the point where you're making $1,500 a week, that's significant income. But along that way, you'll find people that basically they say, you know what, I want to build this business. I want to become a manager too. So they do the same thing. They put 2 right, 2 left. They become a manager. And the person over here goes, I want to be a manager. So what happens now, you got a manager to the right, manager on the left. Now you're known as a director. You make up to $2,500 a week. And it goes up and up and up to the point where you can make up to $25,000 a week from just this one way. That's not bad. It's limited, but it's $1.3 million. And so what's amazing about that is as you're growing, as a manager, you can make up to $1,500. As a director, $2,500. You help 2 directors, you become a senior director. And I tell people all the time, I say, if you like the idea of $1,000 a week, in this case in South Africa, 20,000 Rand a week, this is where you want to be because we've helped a lot of people hit that level. And once again, by hitting that level, that's what we've seen on a residual basis to start, to give you an idea. Then what happens is we hit basically that level and we got very excited. I'm like, wow, this is really making some good money. I can see my way, working my way to work. Well, guess what happened? At the executive director level, fully replaced my income. Literally at this level here, what happens is that you're making a 6-figure income, usually more than $2,000, $2,500 a week, and growing from there. And then 6 weeks later, guys, think about this. This is called momentum. 6 weeks later, we hit presidential. So we went from executive, which is doing 50,000 points, to basically 100,000 points. I'm not going to explain all this, but we doubled our business in 6 weeks. Now that's called momentum. Also, that's called God. God blessed us abundantly. Then basically this past October, we hit the senior presidential director, highest rank in the whole company. We'd never had success like this in anything like this. We've had success in business, my wife being an attorney, me doing business consulting and stuff like that. We've had some success, but nothing like this. We now have business in 29 countries around the world, and a lot of these countries are represented on here today, which is pretty awesome. So if you understand where things can go, it's pretty exciting. But this is just one of 4 ways we make money. Another way we make money is once again unlimited. Now I like the idea of unlimited, and you have an unlimited income potential in this case. So what happens is that when you think about you build 2 legs, but when you personally sponsor someone or register someone, they're linked to you. You got a brand partner number, their brand partner links to you, and you can personally register as many people as you want personally. And that's known as what's considered first level. They call it unilevel. So now you're the first level. We've personally sponsored over 200 people personally. We can't stop talking to people. We got people who are probably signing up tonight and another person tomorrow. I mean, it's amazing. We just can't stop talking to people because what happens is that these people, they've got dreams, they've got goals, they got things they want to accomplish. Our goal is to help them make as much money as possible. My goal is to personally help them make it $25,000 a week. But even say they make even $1,000 a week. Well, because of this, now we make 25% of that. It doesn't come out of their money. It's a matching bonus that the company gives us. So once again, if they get paid, $1,000 in a week, we get $250. If they make $10,000 in a week, we make $2,500, and it caps out at $25,000. So we can make $6,250 per person per week. Now imagine, say, even 10 people do that. Not a bad income per week, right? But what happens in reality is these people, as they're growing, they're bringing people in. And they bring in, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 people, whatever it is. So then when they bring people in, they make 25% of what they do. And those people, we make 20% because they're the second level. And then next time that basically those people bring people in, you can see kind of what happens. It starts exploding. So we brought in a couple hundred people, but now we have around 5,000 people on our team. So if you understand, out of those people, they talk to people who talk to people who talk to people. You can't stop it. And so that's what gets really, really exciting. So the reason I mention this is because people have actually jumped on this, like Steve and Gina Merritt, and literally within 2 years are making over $100,000 a week. They're capped here at 25,000, but because this is unlimited, they're even making more than that now. So I don't know what the potential is for you, whatever. We can't make any promises. We can't make any, income claims. We can only tell you that if you're willing to work and you're willing to follow a system, and we'll talk more about that, you can become successful and accomplish your dreams. So I always use the example, if we could help you make an extra $1,000, or for those of you in South Africa, an extra 20,000 Rand per month, how would that change things in your life? Now, if we could help you make an extra $1,000 a week or 20,000 Rand a week, how would your life change? We're helping people do that. It gets to the point where you can make 20,000 Rand a day, 20,000, I talked to someone the other day and I mentioned about 20,000 Rand a day. She went, oh my gosh, I can't think that big. I said, well, that's fine. Let's start at 20,000 Rand per month. Okay. So whatever it is that you can start at, but know that the potential is there. And we want it because I don't know how big you think you are. I want to make sure you see the full potential, what it is. So what happens is we get people started. So when we get people started, we tell people retail, wholesale. Again, the retail price is $150 for a sleeve, basically. So $150 for a 30-day supply. There's 30 sleeves or 30 patches in this one little sleeve, this little envelope. You open it up, pull out a patch, right? And basically that's what's in here is 30 different patches. So it's a 1 month supply for $150 retail. The wholesale price, in order to get it wholesale, now what happens, you got to basically buy at least 3 sleeves in order to do that. So once you want to, if you say, yes, I like the idea of wholesale, it's almost like buy 2, get 1 free, right? It's only about a little bit less than $300, so less than $100 per sleeve. How many people like that idea? I love that. I said, that's great. Now that's for people that maybe just want to try it. People that want to build a business and they go, I like that idea of the income. If I could make an extra $1,000 a month, that would be amazing. Well, what happens, we want you help to get you an advanced or on the premium. We signed up for the premium, so we always recommend the premium because you now get 20 sleeves, and it's not because you need 20 sleeves yourself. You use one, your spouse uses one, so I've got my own sleeve, my wife got her own sleeve. So we signed up for the premium pack because we said we wanted to be able to share this with others. Now, Steve and Gina Merritt taught us something, and I want to give you a pro tip here, is that what happens is that when you get these patches, you don't just start handing them out to people. What you want to do is give people the opportunity to get it at the wholesale price. When they get it at the wholesale price, now what happens is they actually now can take the opportunity to actually build this or just get it wholesale and use it for themselves. But what I tell people is what Steve and Gina told us. They said, lend them a sleeve. If they're local to you and you basically tell you what I'll do. When you get registered, we'll actually lend you a sleeve. And then when your product comes in 3, 4, 5 days later, just give us one back. Does that make sense? And that's literally what we've done. So literally we've started going back and forth and back and forth. So we spent basically in this case around $1,750 and basically went back and forth sharing with people. We call it place and replace. In 2.5 weeks, we made our money back. Now, how did we do that? What happened was that literally when someone signs up on the core pack, you make $35. When someone signs up on the advanced pack, you make $75. When someone signs up on the premium pack, you make $405. So we signed up several premium, several advanced, several core, and we made our money back in 2.5 weeks. Now, we can't guarantee that for everybody. Our first month, we made almost $3,000 our very first month. We're looking at this going, okay, this has got massive potential. We got to, and everybody's using it going, oh my gosh, I'm getting results. I'm better sleep, better focus, better energy, better everything. And for the results that I had, tremendous. And I'll talk to you about that in a second, but I want you to understand that the opportunity here is massive. The company itself right now is growing exponentially. Like I said, like Gary said, $650 million company this year. Next year going to be $1 billion, or this year going to be $1 billion company. I keep on saying because it's now 2025. So the projection by the end of 2025 be $1 billion company, and the projections on this is it's going to be multi-billions of dollars companies in the next 2 to 5 years. So if you understand where we're at a place in time, it's a tremendous opportunity. So we always tell people, whatever you choose, you pick whatever you want to do. The company's even good enough that if you say, hey, I want to start a core advance, you just pay the difference to upgrade. So in order to build a business, and this is another pro tip, if you say, hey, I want to build a business and maximize income, how do I maximize income? You want to buy in at least the advanced. We always recommend the premium, but you want to basically get at least the advanced, and then you got to be in 2 sleeve auto ship. The premium allows you to even defer the auto ship for 90 days. So that was like a $400 savings for us. I said, that makes sense. Why wouldn't I buy at the best price available, save even $400 by doing that and actually earn the most amount of money? So that's what makes sense. So for us, this was our initial investment. Then we just spend $200 a month. I get a sleeve, my wife gets a sleeve. I don't touch her sleeve, she doesn't touch my sleeve. So, and that's it. So if you understand business expense, I talk to a lot of business owners that their business expense is a whole lot more than $200 a month. More like $200 a minute. I mean, it's crazy. So when you understand cost of business, this is the lowest barrier to entry that you can possibly find. And again, our goal is to help you recover that because we have a system and a team in place to do that. So how we do that, we have two different parts. This is it info, like Gary mentioned. That's our website that has all the information on it. This is it team is our team name, and this is it team.com is all the information on how to build the business. So you can access both of these right now. Or as soon as we get done, go on This Is It Info, check out the first 3-4 videos. The second thing is if you go to This Is It Team, you say, how does that compensation work? That guy talked awfully fast. What you do is go to what says LifeWave Compensation Plan, click on there, watch the videos. When you watch the videos, you're like, oh, it starts to make sense. Well, it really makes sense when you're activated. So when you get two people to the right, two people left, you're all of a sudden you're like, oh, light bulb, this is how I'm making money. It's kind of cool. So that's the best thing we recommend. So there's a system that we use. It's called the Pro System. All of us want to be professionals, right? There's a Pro System, and P stands for patch. We want to expose this product every single day. Revisit means basically just a follow-up. We want to follow people every single day, an opportunity. So we do what we call a 3-3-1. We basically talk to 3 people a day, follow up with 3 people a day, and get everyone on an opportunity Zoom, right? So a 3-3-1. I tell people, anyone, I don't care how busy you were. I was busy working, crazy hours. My wife the same way. We're very busy running businesses, doing different things. I had my full-time job, and I'm like, I don't have time for this. But when I realized what happened for me, everything changed. You got to remember that when there's a lot of people out there that you don't even know what's going on in life. I actually had a car accident back in 2016 that damaged my neck, my shoulder, my back. Back in 2016, I was in pain for 6 years straight. I actually injured my knee that affected my right hip. So I had 5 areas of pain. And when I put the patch on, put this little tiny patch on the back of my neck, 3 days later, no knee pain, no hip pain, no shoulder pain, no neck pain, no back pain. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this? How does this work? And we said, give us the biggest pack. We're gonna share this with the world, and we're so glad that we did because lives are changing around the world. And Shamika is just one example of that. Gary's just one example of that, not including a lot of other people. Thousands and thousands of testimonies around the world for us personally and for the team that we have. So we recommend going on the Facebook page. There's a little QR code there. If you take your phone out and actually go on your camera, you can scan that. It'll pull up the Facebook page. There's people that are popping like crazy. We just broke a bunch of new pins, and I'll explain that in a minute. But the other thing is that once again, also you got a YouTube channel that you can tie into, and a lot of these things are recorded on YouTube. So if you say, how do I see this again? You can actually see a recording on YouTube. I've got a YouTube channel. I'd never used it before until this business. You can actually go to my YouTube channel. It's basically Gregg Warmbier, just my name, and you go on there, and basically you see the videos on there, and you can see the opportunity videos and learn more about that. But we also have This Is It Team is also a YouTube channel, which is fantastic. Now, if you say, I want to receive text messages and emails from This Is It Team, this is where you scan there and sign up for those. That's just what you can do. We give everybody an opportunity to learn from us, to learn from the team. Got the most successful team in the world today because the system is the secret. The system works. The last part to that is we got different weekly events that are going on. So we recommend you can tie into the different meetings. Even tonight in the United States, 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Todd and, what's her name? Varvel. The Varvels are actually going to be doing the meeting tonight at 8 p.m. and also at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, there's other meetings you can tie into for the UK, for Sydney. Wednesday meeting, again, Friday meeting is 12 o'clock. So this coming Friday, I believe someone's doing it. I don't even know if they're doing it because we have our conferences coming up, and that's what I want to talk to you about. But the biggest thing is we have team trainings actually every Saturday, and the last one they just did was off the charts. I mean, absolutely fantastic. If you want to learn how to develop business mindset, that's the best thing you can do. This is what I want to talk to you about because this is coming up this week. This Friday and Saturday, some people say to me, well, what's the next step? What would you recommend? I say, well, let's get you registered. But the most important thing, even if you say, I've only got enough money to do whatever, I say, register for the Rise Up virtual convention. We're flying back to the United States tomorrow. We're arriving on Wednesday. Basically, the next morning, Thursday morning, we're flying out to Vegas to be with Steve and Gina and the whole team. We got about 450 of us that are going to be out there, literally being able to broadcast live around the world virtually. So you can just sit in your home and literally see a presentation that will change your life because, again, you'll hear from the top leaders. So I was talking to a guy today. I don't know what the background noise is. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Mute. The one thing that I was talking to a guy today that actually does massage therapy and stuff like that. I said, imagine a Friday night and a Saturday, you got the top massage therapists, the most successful people in the whole industry teaching specific things you can do in your business to help more people, but also how to maximize the business and make as much money as possible. Will we worth $155 for you? Now, you see in South Africa, I said, will we worth like 3,200 Rand to you? He goes, absolutely. I said, here's the link. I'm going to recommend you sign up. So that's what I'm going to recommend. I don't know who people keep on unmuting here. So, so anyway, so one thing that I wanted to share with you is that, again, for you, if you said, what's the next step? Register for this. Go on your phone, scan this right now. Lily's going to pop up the virtual event. You're going to want to register for it, and you have up to 45 days after to even view it and everything else. Trust me on this. We did this the first year that we got started. So January 2023, we got started September 2022, January 2023, we got on an event like this. They call it best year ever. We got involved and I made a decision. I'm quitting my job. I'm going to quit my job on July 4th. That was my decision. We didn't hit that. But I got mad at the time. And 6 months later, on January 8th, I was able to fire my job. So 1 year later, I was able to fire my job because we replaced my income. And since then, we've doubled the income. We're doubling it again, it's just so exciting what's going on. So I don't want to belabor that. But again, I want you to know that really now's the time to make a move. If you say, I really want to help people, and I think this can help me. I mean, again, we have so many testimonials. I could go on and on and on about all the things just for me personally. I need to make a slide of all the things, how that's benefited me. I've got over 20 things that's benefited me personally, not including my wife. But again, if you're serious about your dreams, if you understand that this is hope for your future, we're hope dealers, not dope dealers, right? So we want to help people. We want you to get started with X39. We want you to get started today. So what you want to do is get back together the person who invited you on this meeting and say, I'd like to get started. And we call it a 3-2-1 launch, meaning that if you just let them know where you're at. Now, 3 is someone that says, you know what, I just want more information. Can you give me more information? That's fair. No problem. Just let us know you're a 3. If you're a 2, then you say, hey, I'd like to try this product. Can I just try the product? Can I get it in wholesale? Just try it for myself. I may be interested in the business down the road, but I just want to try the product. Great. Just let us know you're a 2. If you're a 1 and you say, I like the idea of using the product, but man, I think I would like the idea of actually making that kind of money and traveling and doing all this kind of stuff, all the different benefits you guys have and making all kinds of money. That'd be great. We're going to do something called launch. We're going to help you launch your business, help you do a launch meeting, just like we were helping a lot of people do launch meetings. And we're going to help you get to manager and really get activated and really get moving forward. So that's what our goal is. So just let them know if you're interested in 3, interested in the just more information, 2, interested in the product, and 1 is, man, I love the idea of this. How do I get started? And they're going to pick the best package for you and help you get started. So that's pretty much it. So the last thing I'll mention here is that we've had actually some amazing things happen, and I don't have it on here. Let me stop sharing real quick. And I got a few minutes, so I want to share some things that just happened over the past little over a week. We have actually some really, really amazing things that are going on, and I'm going to share this. We have a team training that we do later, but I wanted to share another thing with you. We have a bunch of new managers. So some people say, what's a manager? Well, a manager, again, is finding one person, or 2 people on the right, 2 people on the left, and you become a manager. Then you have basically 2 people on the right, 2 people on the left, you become basically a manager. Now you're going to find another one on the right and on the left and help one of those people on the right and one of those people on the left become a manager. You're known as a director. So this past week, again, and I know we have a lot of other people that have hit different levels and stuff like that, but this past week we've broken a lot of managers. So I'm going to go, and again, I hope that I have Anna on here. I know she was on here earlier. Let me
Of course.
there she is. So I don't know what order this is, but I'm going to do is I'm going to put up everybody here. But if you want to introduce some of the people that are on your team that just went manager, you are crushing it. Your whole team is doing absolutely phenomenal because we got people from Sweden and also people from Spain. I believe the one from Spain is yours as well. So if you want to introduce these people, Anna, that would be amazing.
Yes, I mean it's actually hard to keep up. There's so many amazing new brand partners every day that are signing up, and they, when you start asking for the right energy with people that just love to work with you and you love to work with them, when you ask for that, they're gonna come. So this is what we've been doing for the last few months, and they just keep coming and coming and coming, and it's completely amazing. So yes, Linda, well, we have great leaders to start off with. I signed up a colleague of mine, because I'm a therapist and coach. I signed up a colleague of mine that was so fed up with looking at me in our meetings. I was so vibrant and happy and energetic, and she was really tired. And she said, Ingela, she said, well, I want what you're having. I give up. Give me the X39. So she ordered, and then she's been signing so many people up, including a wonderful, great leader, Carolyn. She signed up Elin, and I mean, Carolyn and Ellen are almost directors. And then they've been signing up Linda, Annalie, and Catherine I met this year, actually, or actually must be last year now, because it's 25. Hard to keep up. But, and she's, I mean, I knew it within her that she would become a leader. She's going to go all the way to the top. And we're going to go together with all of you, of course. But I would say it's you can feel the energy and how everybody's supporting each other, and that the team is it, to bring the team to the top together, and that's what we're doing. So thanks, Gregg.
That's awesome. And while you're on here for just 1 second, would you also share why you're excited about the new conference, the obviously the Rise Up convention? Will you share for a second on that? That would be amazing.
Yeah, could it be that we're going live? Could that be?
Yes, we're going to get a chance to meet in person in Vegas. Woohoo!
Yes, it's going to be super exciting. So Maxime and I are going. And I think, it was a decision that we were going. Very much supported by my daughter. She's going to be here also with our youngest, our two sons, and all of our dogs, and with her boyfriend, take the kids to school and everything, so we can just go and crush it. Because I think the decision, when I took it, it was the knowing that we're going to come back with so much energy and knowledge. And I mean, we're going there and we're actually doing it. We're bringing all of our team there, because I know that we're going to bring so much back. So they're going to be online and we're going to be live. And I think, we're going to reach so many new levels thanks to the training that we're going to get, and the energy and the people we're going to meet. So it's going to be awesome to see you as well. After being colleagues for, is it 1.5 years about? So it's going to be amazing for me and Maxime. Yeah. Thanks.
That's amazing. And so we're super excited, obviously, for seeing you guys in a few days. It's going to be awesome getting a chance to spend time with you. We got people coming in from all over the world. It's so exciting, the amount of leadership that's going to be at this meeting itself. And again, thank you, Anna, for sharing. Their business is exploding, and we're super excited about that. And we got a couple other people that are exploding.
Thanks.
So what I'm going to do is actually have Brendan, I think he's still on here, I hope so. Brendan, if you want to share, actually the next two here, is Brendan still on here, I hope, because yes, there he is, Mr. Elite SPD, Mr. Brendan Duplessis. So if you want to talk more about these couple of people here, that would be absolutely fantastic. I take that one off of there. There we go.
Thanks,
There he
Gregg.
is.
Yes, appreciate it. And well done, Gary. You're super awesome. Always love your presentations. You always bring the energy. And Gary has been a true blessing to the LifeWave organization, as well as, just to our team, So just on that note, thanks so much, Gary, for sharing. It's a real treat. And Anna, well done. It's always good having, people on the team that are sharing, and that's what it's all about, being a manager, making machine, and you're showing us how it's done. So that's even better. So thanks so much. Other than that, with regards to Christelle, I think we did mention, she also went manager, which helped me actually go director, which is really, really cool. Christelle joined, I think it was around the March of this year. And she's also been such a true leader. She's put really awesome people into the team as well. And just to give everyone an idea, Christelle put in a very lovely lady named Jess, and Jess signed up another person that's also a real estate agent, another lovely lady called Yvette. And Yvette then signed up some other dude. And this other dude is a gentleman that has one of the biggest solar companies in the whole of Africa. This guy's hourly rate is about 25,000 Rand. That's kind of crazy. That's like $1,500, right, per hour that this guy's earning. And he's already introduced us, to people, that's he's getting people to understand the opportunity. And I mean, what a blessing, just because of Christelle and the network that got opened up because of that, we now have someone on the team who's a true businessman who understands an opportunity, and he is fully behind LifeWave, and he's wanting to put leaders into the organization because of the fact that this is a real opportunity. And I mean, it's a real amazing thing that we get a connection just because of the X39 patch. And then another lovely lady on the team that just went manager is Rita. You know, she signed up not too long ago, and she just wanted to help as many people as possible. And, you know, she's been already, you know, to our in-person X39 launches. Her partner has also been very supportive of it. He's had great testimonials. So the X39 is really anyone looking to just live a better quality of life, you know, social well-being, mental well-being, physical well-being. That's what X39 is all about. That's what we spoke about. And it's a real thing. You know, once you start wearing the patch, every single area of your life is going to start improving no matter what happens. If you just put the patch on, I guarantee you that it's the first step to actually achieving 1% better every single day. So you just got to try it out for a year. You know, what's the worst that can happen? You know, at the end of the day, you can't even stick to gym for a year. At least do the patches for the year. It's so low risk. You put one on a day, 12 hours a day, you take it off, drink water. I mean, it's so simple. The bar to living a better life has never been this low before. So it's kind of shocking to us when people don't want to try it out, but we also understand because at the end of the day, people's stem cells are going dormant, and that's why we're here, because we're there to support the people that need this the most. So please do, anyone that comes to mind, share with them. And again, thanks also, Greg, you know, for hosting these Monday meetings. It's really awesome to be a part of such an amazing community. And he's had such an amazing time. What a great impact, you know, on the South African team since he's been up. And we just wish him a very safe travels back to the USA. And I think everyone is ready to kick off 2025 and just have the best year ever, you know, and you get to decide that that's going to happen. So just make it happen. Thanks.
Absolutely. And that's awesome. And so I appreciate that, Brendan, for doing that, because again, you look at the different countries here, Sweden, Spain, South Africa, something like, what about USA? Oh yes, today. Jen and Brent Stutzman actually just hit new manager just today, which is absolutely fantastic. Actually, I think I woke up this morning and they were actually managers. So it was kind of funny how it might have happened last night. But actually, Annette and Robert Arsenault out of just outside of Tampa, Florida, are actually a part of our team underneath. Those of you know that Josh and Paula Holdaway, they actually just ranked up a new manager, which is absolutely fantastic. But one thing that again is very, very cool out of all of this, what happens, you get the next level, you help other people to get the next level, and what happens, you break new director. So again, Brendan, congratulations again on going director. We recognized him last week, but we're super excited to be able to make sure that people understand leaders are rising up. He's going to get senior director done very shortly. A lot of the other people are doing the exact same thing, and that's all. He's just helping other people get directors. Already got one director team, he just needs another director, and he's going to be a senior director. So we are so excited for everyone getting to the next level, and more importantly than anything else is really understanding that now is a time to grow, and now is a time to bless as many people as you possibly can. So again, Gary, thank you for being my co-host today. Thank you for being able to share this. Men is still packing. She's got everything getting ready for tomorrow as we fly out. But again, we're praying for everybody to actually take this next year and make it your best year ever. And we really mean that. So those of you that say, hey, I want to get to the next level, I want to grow the business, I want to do, we do a meeting, it's starting in 2 minutes. It's called a next level meeting. So those of you, I'm going to end this meeting now, but those of you that have that link, or if you say, hey, I want to get to the next level, reach out to the person who invited you, and maybe they'll be able to get you on that meeting today. But we're doing a weekly meeting every week on that as well. So jump on that meeting. But Gary, again, thank you so much. Thank you for everybody sharing. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Brendan. Everybody else. Shamika, thank you for sharing your testimonial. We appreciate everyone and look forward to seeing you guys in Vegas or online, the roomies and the zoomies, and it's going to be absolutely an outstanding week, and we're going to reconvene next Monday. So bring people, same place, same time, same channel, basically to be there too. So again, thank you guys so much. Gary, thank you so much for everything you did today. I really, really appreciate you stepping up and helping me out, man. God bless you guys. Have a blessed day. We'll see you those for the next level team meeting in 1 minute. Bless you. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.